What's up, sports bettors? We do a lot of content on PrizePicks, which is essentially a fixed parlay platform. Any two picks you select, you see 100 to win 300. You change this to an under, 100 to win 300. You change this to Josh Allen, 100 to win 300, right? You're always getting 100 to win 300. Now, what's pretty interesting is there's a new game in town, which is 100 to win 360. So it's called Thrive Fantasy. So we recently added it into OddsJam quite simply because the payouts are better. So better payouts means better implied odds, means probably more opportunity, right? It's a lot harder, when you're betting 100 to win 300 versus 100 to win 360. It's a lot easier to make money in the long run as a sharp bettor when you're betting 100 to win 360. So what we're going to be going through is just a few props kind of on Thrive Fantasy because it offers, kind of a lot better prices than PrizePicks. So we can go ahead and we can go over to this little spreadsheet I made, which essentially tells you a two-pick entry on Thrive Fantasy. You're getting plus 260 odds, right? So let's go back here. So you have two picks, you're multiplying your money 100 to 360. But you're multiplying your profit 100 to 260. 260 in profit, right? 260 in profit, 260 in profit. So essentially, any two-pick entry on Thrive is going to be plus 260 odds. So it's essentially just a two-leg parlay at plus 260 odds. So what we can do is just kind of go over to a parlay calculator very briefly. So let me go over to one right now. And if you put in, minus 111, minus 111, it's kind of closer to this. What you'll notice is $100 to win 360, roughly, means the implied odds is going to be roughly minus 111.45, I guess. About 46, maybe that gets us up there. So it's going to be roughly, minus 111, minus 112 is kind of the implied juice you're getting on Thrive Fantasy. So whenever you're playing a pick in a two-pick entry on Thrive Fantasy, you should assume that you're getting minus 111 juice, which is exactly what you see on OddsJam, right? OddsJam has free line shopping, anything you want to bet on, football, baseball, KBO, NBA, NFL, college football, real-time odds and betting lines from all those DFS companies like Underdog Fantasy, Thrive, PrizePicks, but also, from the sports books. So why this is so valuable as kind of a data-driven sharp bettor is we can scan real-time odds, browse odds in real time, and find opportunity on Thrive Fantasy, as well as any other platform, including sports books. So I filtered by Thrive Fantasy, and what you'll notice is there's a big opportunity on Chase Claypool over 3.5 receptions. So we're getting it in a two-pick entry at minus 111 implied odds on Thrive, right? So that's so much better than PrizePicks and Underdog Fantasy, right? So Underdog Fantasy is giving you minus 137, just like PrizePicks for a two-pick entry. On Thrive Fantasy, we're getting minus 111, right? Two picks is plus 260 odds. Two picks on Thrive or Underdog is plus 200, right? We started this OddsJam YouTube. The reason we started OddsJam in general is after I was a quant on Wall Street, I kind of realized there was no data in sports betting. And data is literally all that matters, right? Every sports book is kind of an independent data point of where the line should be set, right? So I was making a lot of money sports betting because nobody had access to data. And then, eventually it was like, wow, everyone should have access to data. And what you'll see right here is Chase Claypool over 3.5 receptions. You're getting minus 111 juice on Thrive and a two-pick entry. All the sports books have this over heavily juiced. DraftKings has this minus 150. Caesars minus 151. Every sportsbook has the over heavily favored because the over is a lot more likely to hit, right? Bookmakers are implying through their markets the fact that the over is heavily juiced, that the over is a lot more likely to occur, right? And you can kind of quantify that with a no-vig odds calculator. So this is the most important calculator on OddsJam. I recommend kind of, reading through it a bunch of times, just kind of how this works. It's super, super valuable. So what you'll notice is, like, according to Pinnacle, which is right here, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, they're saying, yo, Claypool over 3.5 receptions should be priced, at a true price or a no vig price of -129. We're getting -111 on Thrive, so we're getting a ton of improvement from Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook. So this is an incredible play on Thrive Fantasy, the first one I went with. Second pick I went with is Austin Eckler over 56.5 rushing yards. So you can see that right here. Some sportsbooks even have his rushing yards at 57.5, 58.5. So we're getting pretty good value at -111. Pinnacle, Caesars, DraftKings all have this favored. So that's the second play I went with. And we can see kind of right here, the profit margin of this two-leg entry, I hit it for 150 bucks, is 10%. We can get the win probability for both of our bets, figure out the win probability for our Thrive entry, and I mean, just super, super profitable. So I'm really happy about this. This second pick I'm going on, Chase Claypool, over 3.5 receptions, Austin Eckler, over 56.5 rushing yards. There's going to be a lot of opportunity on Thrive, so we'll probably be doing some more content about it. There will probably be some good baseball plays. I mean, it'll be very interesting to see, but I'm excited for it. Should be a lot of plays just in general. We can see some new ones. You got Deontay Johnson in the same game. You got Patrick Mahomes under 25.5 passing completions. Maybe you like that play. I'm not sure. So you can go ahead and just kind of like, browse the odds, look for value, knowing that Thrive Fantasy is charging -111 juice. So hopefully this video was helpful, and let's make some money, guys.